How was it in them digging in the crates days? You in the stew with Finesse, Big L, OC, Showbiz, you know what I mean?
AG,
Show and
Diamond D,
AG, all of it. What kind of in how was y'all creating and what
Big
was the
L.
process and how what was it like with just all of them
That's probably like y'all, like,
those is all bar masters.
you know how y'all lyrically spar. You know what I'm saying? You got the locks, it's all love, but y'all all spitting. You know, Digging in the Crates was a crew of spitters. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got Finesse. Finesse was king at the time.
Crazy. You kidding me?
Bar king.
Finesse. When Lord Finesse came out, it changed. He shifted shit. His flow, his slow flow, his wordplay was just crazy. The shit he was saying was incredible. You know what I mean?
You know, Finesse, the only other rapper I saw besides like maybe you when you came out in L is maybe Pooh Bah, right? So
Man,
So Finesse had the
shout
kind
out
of
to Pooh
show.
Bah. Pooh Bah's one of them ones,
He's
baby.
one of them ones. So it's like Finesse, if you went to his shows, people literally was there for bars. So he do his songs, but they want his freestyles. And they were like, oh, and then he'll say another bar, oh, then he said another, like, I never been in nobody's show where they just waiting for the bar, the bar, the bar. They was going crazy for him. You know, Pooh Bah is another guy. I remember I was at a club in Manhattan. It was Rampack and everybody was there. This one, everybody danced. You know, the Benetton bags, everybody going. And then the DJ say brand new Grand Pooh Bah. And I watched the whole club stop dancing and run by the speakers to listen to Grand Pooh Bah. That's how he had it like that. Now, AG, very underrated. AG from Digging in the Crates.
Shout out to AG, my bro.
He might be my favorite Digging in the Crates rapper.
Wow.
Right? AG is very underrated, right? Mm-hmm. He got bars. Then you got Diamond D, who's like, to me.
Shout out to Diamond. I forgot to give my big bro the ultimate flowers. Diamond
set this whole thing off.
Kidding me?
To me, I think he's the first producer rapper to where he was producing the hottest beats, and but also
also
spitting.
Yeah, he was making hip-hop. He's making fire production, and his bars was fire.
And you know what's crazy? Whenever I sat with Pharrell or I sat with Kanye, they both would ask me Diamond D stories. They would be like, yo, how you produced Sally Got a One-Track Mind? Was you there? You know, how you did, you know, so they salute him on another level, right? You got Showbiz, who was the streets, and he could rap when he wanted to rap, but he could produce incredibly. He was everything. OC, I was there.
Crazy. I ain't in the niacin.
I ain't in the niacin.
You like the minerals and vitamins.
He was in Brooklyn, and I was there when we, you know, they came to me and it was like, yo, we thinking about OC. I was like, yo, we need that guy on the team. That guy's spitting crazy. Shout out to Buck Wild with his production. Buck Wild, story to tell. Whoa, lifestyle.
Several.
I mean, crazy. Buck Wild, one of the greatest producers. And Big L,
y'all need a documentary, crack.
Big L's the only rapper that ever threatened me before we did a song. Not even Pun, not even you. Nobody has ever sat me down. And Big L, because you know I was the first one to go gold in Digging in the Crates. So he sat me down and he said, listen, crack, we doing this song. I'm going to destroy you on this song. I'm going to take all your fans. All your fans are going to be mine. You just sold 500,000. I need them. We was in D&D studio. He sat me down and talked this shit crazy. Then that's when we made the song The Enemy that Primo produced. So I had to step them bars up. It's actually my favorite rhyme I ever said in my life. Enough's enough. Fed aroused trying to set me up. Put me in cuffs and crush what I lust into dust. Plus, they want a brother soul, but they know Big Joey crack and never rat a cat. I had to be on my A game with Big L because he sat there and watched me write the rhyme in his face, threatened me. It was so crazy, but I love that song. And shout out to the DITC because there is no Fat Joe without digging in the crates. And so and also I feel like I was the wackest one. If we keeping it a buck, like they were so good that, you know, I wasn't as good as them. That's it. That's just the bottom line. Over the years, I stepped
You
up my
still had
lyrics.
something. You still here, still, you know what I mean? You had something in you to make you want to keep going and turn into an iconic star such as you are. So that I think being in them rooms and being in them studios and them environments, they engage something in you for a longer, you know what I mean? Your
Oh no,
longevity in the game
these guys.
to be here now from Flojo is impeccable. Though I don't care what's going on. There's still dudes like you, Buster, LL, that still be getting money, still active, still relevant from the Flojo single to now. Somebody, they owe you they owe you shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to switch it up and give it's a big week of birthdays. You know what I mean? B.I.G's birthday. We had to give a shout out to my brother B.I. Happy birthday to Biggie. It was also Havoc's birthday, Buster's birthday. You know what I mean?
Man, I didn't know it was Havoc's birthday. Shout out to Havoc. He came to my mother's funeral. I thought that was really, really, even though we kept it small and tight, I thought that was really, really beautiful of him. You know, to have my camaraderie just, you know, my comrade just show up. You talking Buster, Biggie went to the same high school. You talking Havoc. Just a week ago, we was talking about they had the greatest album in history. So these three birthdays back to back. You know, B.I.G. is my man. You know, I love Biggie. Shout out to Miss Wallace.
Definitely.
She recently passed.
Rest in peace to Mama Wallace.
You know, I felt like, I don't know if I'm weird, but I felt like she was the mother of hip hop.
Of hip hop, yeah. It seemed like she's everybody's mother, yeah. That's a fact.
Yeah,
right?
she feel like the mother of hip hop. And
Yeah.
I'm like, and so when and shout out to Feeny Shakur, she died a couple of years ago. You know, it's always gonna be big and pop. There's nothing, you know,
That's the standard. That's the
that's
bar.
the standard.
Right there. Yeah.
You know, and they both are powerful women. But shout out to Havoc, man. Shout out to Buster. Shout out to B.I.G. I mean, these guys mean so much to me. You know what I mean? I believe,
culture. You know what
I believe that if I'm on my deathbed and there's one request, it's gonna be that music. It's gonna be that music. I gotta hear the music. I'm my whole genetics. You know, if they go into your DNA, your blood work, your bones, your this, everything is about music.
Connected to the music.
Yeah, it's like I gotta hear music at every time of the day, whether it's on the plane, whether it's in the car, whether it's working out, whether it's
it soothes the savage beast. Music. We needed to soothe us to keep us balanced, keep us under control. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got that Michael Jackson shirt on, man. What MJ? You know, I tried to explain to my driver the other day. I threw some MJ on, and he's a young Dominican kid. And I was like, yo, you know Michael Jackson? And he was like, yeah, I know him, but he said he got to this country when Michael died. And I was like,
that's when he arrived here when Mike died.
Yeah. So he's like,
he missed the world.
He missed the moonwalk.
he missed
the Motown 25th anniversary. Like, so I'm sitting there and I'm like, so how you know? He said, when I came, he died, and everybody was telling him, this is the greatest of all. This is the greatest. Then he started listening to his music like, wow. You know, MJ to me was so futuristic. He was ahead of his time. And everything they argued with him for, you know, they doing it now. You know, Botox, this, that, everything he ever did, you know, I got I got my tooth pulled the other day. They put me to sleep. So I'm telling Remy, yo, my dentist put me to sleep. She was like, yo, when they put you to sleep, that's the best sleep in the world. Yo, how we get that? I said, yo, Rem.
No.
I said, yo, Rem.
No, Rem.
I said, yo, Rem. You better
Remy.
take it. Yo, Rem. That's that propofol. You don't want that. I try to tell her, yo, Rem, you don't want that type of shit. That's how MJ died.
Yeah, don't
Fucking with the. Could you imagine the propofol? How they turn around and had him on anesthesia every night to go to sleep?
That ain't the thing to do.
Shout out to MJ, man.